Regarding the Freida McFadden novel that I was talking about in a previous video, The Housemaid, I hadn't actually finished the audiobook at the time when I recorded that. So I'm now in a position to kind of comment on the similarities between that and Behind Closed Doors, and I did notice them. I didn't find it too much of a problem, but I did notice once you get to Nina's story in her, from her POV, and you get to kind of nearer the end, it was well done, but I can definitely see how people compare the two. There were definite similarities, so it was more than that. It involved one involved being locked in an attic and one involved being locked in a basement. No, there were quite a few parallels, I suppose you could say. So I'm not saying it was a rip-off. I'm just saying that I almost would have said that Freida had probably read the B.A. Paris novel, and sometimes you absorb what you read. So I don't really want to get into why it was so similar. It wasn't the whole book, like start to finish, same plot. It wasn't, but when it came to that part, you could see it. The other thing I will say about the book as a whole, the ending, it just became too gratuitously violent in many aspects for my liking. So I would have preferred. It was disappointing because it also didn't didn't seem to match really where the book was going as a whole. I find that a lot of the endings in domestic suspense aren't that great anyway, because they go for maximum drama, often maximum violence, maximum shock, and if it was a Martina Cole novel or something on those sort of lines. Now, those novels contain a lot of violence, and it doesn't feel gratuitous in the same way, but the entire book is set up different, it's structured different, there are different expectations. When I go into a Martina Cole or like Kerry Barnes, some of the others, Kerry Kaya, there are several authors, but Martina Cole is the best known, and those books are obviously, they do contain a lot of violence and a lot of swearing as well, but swearing doesn't offend me. But they do contain a lot of violence, but I wouldn't use the word gratuitous necessarily, although it can be, sometimes it is, but it fits with the expectation. But the Freida McFadden book, that I just felt like it felt more like Lisa Jewell and B.A. Paris and some of those. It felt like one of the. I mean, some of Lisa Jewell's are more violent than others. It's not. I'm not saying I don't. I can't deal with it being too violent. It was just some of the things I thought, that is just too gratuitous. That is just too gratuitous, and it just didn't fit with where I felt like the story was. It just felt unnecessary, and it felt like it ruined the story somehow. I mean, the plot twists and everything. It was good. It was really, really good, and it really was entertaining. I got to the end, and I'm thinking, I was getting towards the end, and I'm thinking, it started going in a certain direction. I'm thinking, I cannot give this 5 stars. And when I got right to the very end, I thought, I actually can't justify giving this 4 stars. I can't give this 4 stars. And I really, really, it's kind of like I really would have wanted to give that book 5 stars, and I just couldn't. And then it's like, this is really So yeah, I don't know whether I've explained any of that very well, but that's kind of that. But yeah, I did see the, as I said, the parallels with the B.A. Paris book, and I absolutely love Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I have got a video specifically about that book. Um, I don't go that much into the plot and spoilers and that side of things, but that's just my wow this book sort of video. Um, but yeah, that is one of my favourites in the entire genre, which I say in that video. It is so yeah. I like Claire Douglas, and I don't think I've mentioned any of her books on here. But I have so many favourite authors now. It's like a problem because I have so many favourite authors, and like it's always a new book from my favourite author because I've got so many favourite authors, and it's like, yeah, you can't always be buying another book, another book, another book. I kind of can. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, anyway. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with it now. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you. Thank you for listening.